Morning, I'm Josie, and 11 weeks out from my projected show date. I need to go set this one down because I don't have very stable hands. And yeah, but I'm just over here, and this morning I started with my avocado toast, and it's like the last meal on my plan, but we're down to half a loaf, not half an English muffin as opposed to the whole English muffin. So yeah, I don't know. It was the longest run where she didn't change my meal plan, and then I went out to eat, and I feel like that screwed up my whole stuff. And so now we're reducing some of the macros. Although I will say for rest day, I can eat more avocado now instead of just 93 grams, which is good because I've just been craving fats. But we'll get into all of that. That's still primer on my face. I've been doing things like working in the garage, and it's been making it hard to get my cardio in because it's like, oh, cardio or that, because I want that done. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the kitchen and hopefully get some cardio in before church today and fix my face, because sometimes I look cute, but like, this is true, just woke up, look crazy. Spending my morning making some protein waffles for my family. Waffles all done. I got like 10 that I could put in the fridge, and then my husband went and had an extra. So that was a nice haul. Now I don't have to worry about breakfast for the next 2 days for the kids and him. And got about 16 ounces of water per black coffee. One was caffeinated, one decaffeinated, which decaf coffee, I'm living on it. I had a ton of soda Friday, and that definitely didn't help with anything. I try to stick with just like one a day. But yeah, because the thing about the diet sodas and zeros is they make me want more food. And I think that's the trap, is it's like, okay, but now I still want to keep having stuff with flavor and not want water. And they got like sodium and stuff like that, right? I think, right? So working on this, and yeah, the day's going. But like my rest day macros are really sad right now. I gotta dial in, I gotta get serious. I want to place. I don't want to just do this as, I mean, I want to do it as a hobby, but not like as the type of hobby where I don't care. I do care. In this clip, my genius idea was to let the blender go while I was talking, but I was just saying that I made smoothies.
And use a jackhammer.
Let's go. Good. Very good. Beautiful. we'll get that.
Back from posing, got some Minute Maid Zero Lemonade. Now that's done, gonna make myself some eggs. Okay, I just ate, kids picking up, and we're going to do a little bit of a dance party before they get in bed, and then we can chat a bit, and then I'm gonna be working on doing more of my posing because I did have my class and everything. Yeah. All right, my family's running around crazy. I just bought what I think is gonna be the suit, and I'm very excited. I'm not gonna show until I actually show it. Oh. Okay, let's try this again. I did this, and I had full-on prep brain, and then also I thought I heard my husband pulling in, and so I looked through the window like a normal person if it was my husband, but like a crazy neighbor lady, since it wasn't my husband, it was one of the neighbors. Cool. But here I am on to my third decaf coffee of the evening. This does not include the decaf coffee I've had in the morning. And let's just talk a little bit about food noise after I finished saying what I was trying to say, but so chaotically probably couldn't hear anything, and I probably should have taken that clip out of this video. But what I was trying to say while my kids were screaming was that I ordered what I think is going to be my suit, and I'm excited to share it. And my posing coach also does things like glam consultations and stuff, and it wasn't a full-on consultation. She just was curious, hey, what kind of suit are you getting? Because I told her I'm finally going to order it, and she said that color theory is my whole thing. That's going to be great. And so fingers crossed that it worked. Well, I'm not actually going to cross them. I'm just going to, I don't know. I don't want to be superstitious, but I do. I don't know. Prep brain, because I need to make a decision, and the decision is to keep just talking about this. So, and she and I were going over. So real quick, I will show you when I go into my back pose. Basically, my hair is really covering everything, so I need to cut my hair, and I have not cut my hair since I was 15. Wow, a giant ant just climbed out of my window. Look at this. Oh, that's not cool. Well, I had the chance to like listen to the audio real quick, and hopefully this changes it, but I think where I prop my phone up is right on my sink, and when I am talking off to the side, it's okay, but when I'm kind of just enunciating or pronouncing whatever, I'm not an English major, just talking directly towards my phone camera, it just gets really loud and tinny. The phone can't handle it or whatever. I need something to muffle the sound, but I don't have anything like that. Anyway, yes, I'm going to need to cut my hair, and I don't really want to do that, but I don't want to not compete just because my hair. The other thing is, I don't know, like, I'm definitely going to do bikini this year. We'll see how much I like it. I love kind of hitting those figure poses, you know, like the lat spread, and I love the striations. Maybe I will go into figure, but if I did something like that, it would be OCB. I would switch federations if I were to do that, because I think figure competitors, when they're all natural, still very feminine, just very jacked feminine. Yeah, when they go to hit their poses, you got to pump, you got the pose, you got the flare, you look massive, but when watching their show day vlogs and everything, they still feminine. I don't feel like I'm that far off from having good chances doing like natural bodybuilding for women's figure division. So we'll see. I'm excited to see how this show goes. I really think that I have a good chance of making top 10 for the true novice or novice classes. I'm trying to learn the different classes and things. I have to start budgeting to stay. There was a show more local to me, but it looks like it got canceled, which means I do have to do a bit of travel. So it's like planning the budgeting, seeing if I can have childcare, because worst things worst, I have to go by myself. Ideally, I would like to have my husband and kids with me, but if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out that way. Some people would be willing to watch my kids for me if need be, but I'm looking forward to it regardless. I just know I'll probably get a little bit stressed out if it's just me. And the other thing too is I like to do things like drive cars, ride motorcycles, and this is a funny thing. I can already tell I'm getting worse at things like the clutches. In some ways, I'm less stressed out when driving. Actually, in a lot of ways, I'm less stressed out when driving. I don't think about it as much, because all I'm thinking about is I would like food, and I'm tired and I'm slow. But dealing with like the manual transmissions and stuff after leg days and things, I don't know. For my car, it's shifting it. So the shifting is on the left side, left hand, because my steering is on the right side. It's imported. And for my left arm, I will often like get it stuck. Okay, editing, by get it stuck, I mean like I feel like I'm not strong enough to move it. So leg days, clutch, my foot has a hard time, and then any upper days and stuff like my arm, or just like if it's higher cardio or something, my arm is tired. And so it's not as smooth of a clutch as like my husband's car. So it takes more force. So sometimes I'll just hear because it didn't quite make it into the gear it's supposed to be in. And I'm kind of wanting to just do an autocross while I can, because I need new tires. Mine are very old. I never got them replaced since I got the car. And the guy who owned the car previously hadn't had them replaced in years. So they're not very great. But I want to do that before I'm completely out of it, because I can foresee myself doing things like backing into stuff if we're on this trajectory when I am maybe within 2 to 4 weeks from my actual show. So if I am not lean enough now and I need to be getting leaner, I can foresee that. The same thing with my motorcycle. So I'm trying to get as much driving out of my car as I can before I can only use like my SUV, my automatic SUV, and riding my motorcycle as much as I can before I feel like that's probably not a great idea. Although I will say I've gotten a lot better at riding my motorcycle because I really don't overthink things. And what's weird is with a bike, you kind of can overthink things. But this is going off subject. I love the lines that I have. I love the striations that I have. I am very excited. I want to get a suit, and then I want to put it on and get my coach's opinion on if she thinks we might be able to move the show date up. As it stands, we're about 11 weeks out. And in some instances, pardon me while I find my words, in some ways I can see the benefit in still keeping it the 4th, because I do struggle with staying on plan. I always have at least one day where I'm really off. And if that's the case, like when it comes to peak week, it would be nice to be able to basically be stage lean for a good 3 weeks, I would say, like anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, where I'm ready beforehand to take the stress off of it. But also what I've seen other people do is do the practice like peak days, like we're gonna just play with your meals, and you get some refeeds by then from what I've seen. And then as long as I have my suit on hand, my shoes on hand, I mean, even if my coach says, hey, I don't think you're quite ready, like I could still sign up for some shows once I get there. So we will see. My brain is kind of a cluster cluck right now, and I gotta cut my hair. I'm not looking forward to that. But I am excited. I do see so much progress. And yeah, I am down to like, is it 1,500 something calories a day on workout days and 1,450 for rest days. Yeah, my calories are getting lower and lower. But like, I'm not beating myself up with cardio. Cardio is still just 30 minutes. And I can either do a HIIT cardio session or 30 minutes of low intensity. So like when I did my posing, I had to get a day pass for that gym. And so I just knocked out my cardio there. They got these treadmills that do the 20% incline when you saw earlier in the video. So this is just me rambling. I just wanted to also add that I am very appreciative of everyone who's been leaving positive comments. And then I got like my first comment on my stomach, which is fine. I have loose skin. I had 3 kids. I don't really care. I view it as like my tiger stripes. Will I get skin removal surgery? I'm not going to be one of these body positive people who says, no, I'm never getting removals or changes. I probably will get skin removal surgery at some point, because I've pointed this out. I got like some kind of hernia thing here. I have diastasis. I might do the full-on corrective abdominoplasty depending on how things go, because I like to train and I like to train aggressively, and anything that might make it that I could train better in the future, that'd be great. Also, when I am in a lean state, it seems with the amount of muscle I have, anytime I start dipping into the 128 and below range, my loose skin pinches on stuff. And so unless I am wearing like hardcore low rise, I'm uncomfortable. Even with high rise, a lot of times if anything hits my navel and I move at all, what happens is like my skin will just flop over and be stuck like that, and it's not comfortable. So, but I appreciate people saying that my musculature is a great shape. Silhouettes are everything. But yeah, I really appreciate the support. It has been such a long time since I've had this channel, it feels like, just documenting my pregnancies, and every single time it felt like restarting. And it was a little weird because in doing a pregnancy channel, you know, the kinds of people I was hoping to reach out to, it seemed like it was not that audience that was as interested. And I'm kind of hoping in doing fitness, maybe people can look back and see like, okay, you have a stomach, so you were pregnant, and you can actually see like, yeah, I was pregnant multiple times and I recovered every time. Is it perfect? No. Have I already had surgeries for things that are more serious than just loose skin? Yeah. But I'm excited to share this journey. I'm really excited to do my first show, and the support from all of you has been very motivating and helping me to like want to stick to it and not give up. And I definitely look forward to when I share how show day goes, when that finally comes around. But right now it's still weekly updates. I might start changing the titles of my shorts to not just say like day whatever of prep, and more just like week whatever. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, that's just floating around. I have fun doing those. But thank you for making it this far. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to just continue to see this journey of my first bodybuilding show, please subscribe. And yeah, any comments you want to put below. We're still at the rate where I can read them all. I get a couple comments like every day, every other day. So I read them, and yeah, you have a wonderful day.